Well, good morning, everybody. And good morning, Chris. How are you? Geez,
Long time no see.
I know it's been forever. That's just yesterday.
Yep.
Awesome. So what do we got going on today?
Today we're going to go over market stats and some of the. It's a pretty cool tool that is offered through my real source.
I like it.
So
So
I'll let you
I
do your little intro thing, and then I'll cut out my video and then to go right to my screen because you can see my main screen right now, right?
yep. I see your Paragon is up.
It
Let's see what's
is.
in your market monitor. 300 listings. Whew, you got a big market. All right.
Yeah.
So welcome to class, everybody. It's Chris Nixon and myself, Debbie Fajardo. I am here in the background just answering some questions and hanging out with Chris. That's all I do. So whatever questions you have, I will be answering in the back. And of course, I'll throw some Chris's way. If
hmm
you missed anything, please let us know. Just type it in the chat or the questions and just say, could you repeat that again? Or if you blinked like me and missed what he did, I'm like, oh, how'd he get there? That's usually me. Oh, squirrel. It's usually what happens. So Chris Nixon has been one of my instructors for quite a long time now. And he's been teaching, he's got a couple of classes that I love for you to do. And MarketStats has been one of them. So we have handouts loaded up today. One is to do the lead generation through MarketStats, which shows you how to post particular stats on your social media pages. And we also have a different one in there that's how to compare two different cities on the two different lines. So those are my two that are in there. And if you guys want any other cheat sheets, let me know and I will do them. All right, so Chris, have a wonderful class. I'm gonna turn my camera off and pitch it on over to you.
Okay, I'm going to click my camera off as well so that you can focus on the main screen and really see what's going on. With this class, it's just best to try to follow along, and then either Debbie does a wonderful job of editing all the videos and putting them on our YouTube channel. I'll show you how to get to that in the end, and you can go back and look at things maybe I went a little quickly on, or just if you want a refresher for. So we're going to get into it, and here we go. That's hopefully everybody can see my main Paragon screen right now. I'll make a quick adjustment here. So, and with that, it's what we're doing today is it's market stats. And to get to market stats, you come over here under resources. And there we go. And it's down here under social media lead gen. It's the third one down. It's called market stats right here, this one. So just move your cursor over to that highlights and click on that, and that will open up several things. On the far right, you have info sparks, user's manual, fast stats, and your profile. I'm going to start off with fast stats because it's a little quicker and a little less involved. Fast stats is an amazing tool. There isn't a CMA that I don't turn in that I don't include the page from fast stats. And what fast stats does is it's when you see all these if you get a lot of emails that come to you from, hey, here's the latest update of what's going on in your market area and all that other stuff, chances are most of these people are pulling the data similar to the MLS to what we pull. My real source, here's the areas from which we pull our data for that we use for fast stats. Even though we are working with a larger percentage of a larger portion of MLSs in the state, this is where our information comes from for fast stats. So FastStat gives you three different options to look at. You have, and they're over here on the left side. You have your local market updates, or the big blue screen, the monthly indicators, and the monthly data sheet. All of them kind of work about the same. You can either do it for the whole My Real Source area, or these are by counties right here. So you can either select an area by this drop-down window here, or there's a quicker way to find them over going through the counties. I'll show you that in a second. And the good thing is you can even kind of go back and take a look at how things were doing further back. And if you click on view report, once you selected the area and the time period, you can view the report. The quicker way to do it is for your local market updates. That's the blue one. You come over here. We're going to go into Macomb County. Let's say you want to see, and here's all the areas in Macomb County, click on Sterling Heights, and it automatically pulls up the report for you. This is a pre-formatted report. You cannot change it. You can't edit the colors. You can't do anything with it. It just comes out like this. The information is updated around the 12th or the 15th of the following month. So right now we're still in April. We have April data. The May data won't be out until for another couple of weeks. It should be either updated this weekend or beginning of next week. So it's updated about the 15th of the month, somewhere in there. So here are your metrics. It always shows residential on top and condos down below, followed by some nice graphs down here. So that shows up as well, pretty nice. You have this is the month of April. So this is in 2021 what was going on in April for these categories. And this is 2022. It's highlighted, and you can see the percent change and everything. This is year to date through last year through April of 2021. There were 471 new listings. That's from the beginning of the year on till today, and through April of 2022, there were 442. I like this report. You can download it, save it to your desktop, or bring it over into Cloud CMA. And if you go to do any sort of CMA, just print this out, and it shows you you include it in the CMA so you can talk to your potential client about what is actually going on in the market. I also like it when I'm talking to people all the time, and somebody asks me and say, hey, Chris, how's the market doing? My first question whenever somebody asks me how is the market doing is I always say, well, what market are you interested in? All right, I want to make sure that I'm not basing my information on the market based off of Sterling Heights, where I live, or maybe somewhere else. And then in the conversation, if I know them and I already have their contact information, and we have a nice little conversation about markets, I'll say, I'll tell you what, I'm going to email you over something really quick. Would you prefer it in an email or a text? It's a one page that lets you know what's going on in the market so you can have it. It's a way of reaching out and touching your clients by sending them this. You can also post this on your Facebook post or similar forward-facing social media pages that comes out with this information. And going back to the main screen, this is Sterling Heights, Clinton Township, Harrison Township. Unfortunately, you can't do side-by-side comparisons in fast stats. We'll get to that later in InfoSparks. But here are all of them right now for Macomb County. If I didn't want to do Macomb County, if you wanted to do all of Macomb County, always in the lower right-hand screen will show you the overall area that you're looking at. So instead of doing individual cities or townships within Macomb County, you can click on this and it'll show you for all of Macomb County what is going on. So you can look at it county by county. And again, the format will always be the same. The individual month is here, year to date here on the right, condos down below, median sales price for the residential, median sales price for the condo. You can see obviously they've all been trending up. These categories remain the same. You can't change these categories. Again, it's a pre-formatted sheet. If you come back here to Macomb County, and you hit the back button right here, it takes you back to everything that we have. Oakland County. Oakland County is kind of interesting because there are so many little towns. This area right here, you have to kind of come down here by Royal Oak to find all these. They just couldn't fit them in. But all your individual counties or cities are all broken down right in here. You can see how they are, or you can click on the Oakland County one. It's down here on the left this time, and you can see how Oakland County is doing in general. I bring this up to you because if you work in a particular area, if you're targeting one or two cities, this is a great place to go. I'm going to go back to Macomb County. If you're targeting one or two cities are the areas that you're farming or that you're working or where most of your work seems to be generated from, this is a really good tool to come and look at and just click on that when the updates come out. And after a while, you'll start seeing the key categories and you can say, hey, it was up 10.5% April to April, or it's up 38.1% from last year at this time. When you start knowing those figures and facts pretty quickly, it becomes real easy to build on it by looking at this report month to month to month, because you're not remembering the categories as much, just as the little changes. I use this to keep familiar. Again, I do most of my work in Sterling Heights and Shelby Township. I look at this report, when it comes out a couple times during the month, just to refresh my memory of what's going on, so I can talk to people about that. Again, that's under Fast Stats, and it's the local market update, or the big blue screen here. The other report that's included in Fast Stats is your monthly indicator. The monthly indicator does not allow us to take information based on the individual counties and then cities. It's entire My Real Source data area where we pull the data from. And this is a monthly indicator. It's more of a written format as to what's going on. It kind of takes, for the whole area, it breaks it down into this sort of charted, formatted report that's really good with it gives you a bar graph and the line graph. So if you're working with somebody who's really into numbers and likes this kind of information as a buyer, and you want to include it in your report, in any kind of report or marketing tool that you use, you can take all this information and share it as a full report or an individual page. And as you just scroll through it, there's a lot of really good information here. And if you're the type of agent that really likes looking at numbers and analyzing numbers and using that when you're talking, again, here's a great piece of information that you can get just by a single click that lets you know what's going on, and you can use this to look and see what everything's how different numbers are performing within the My Real Source data area. That's the second report, or the monthly indicators. And the last one is the monthly data sheet. And the monthly data sheet, again, it's one of those that encompasses the entire My Real Source area. And so we'll open that up and see how that looks. This is nice because if you have somebody who wants to is an investor, or somebody who's moving into the area and says, I heard, what's better, Oakland or Macomb County, without you getting into too much trouble by picking one county over the other and possibly violating some sort of fair housing rule. When people start talking to me about which is the better of the two counties or whatnot, I give them this report. I just let them look at the numbers and kind of see where they want to be, what the average sales homes are, and stuff like that. Also, if you got investors, or again, somebody who really likes to dive into the numbers, this breaks it down by the individual counties all right here. So you can you can take a look at it and quickly see what is going on between the counties for the total sales, the median sales. The column headings remain the same between the two reports. This is the listing and sales summary report. So this is for April 2022, and this is April 2022 year to date. So it's another great report that you have, readily available at your fingertips that you can look at. Once you start becoming familiar with the categories that are listed, it becomes very easy to know what the numbers have changed from month to month to month if you're looking at the numbers in your particular sales area. Again, that was this green looking thing, seafoam green kind of thing that says monthly data sheet. And again, same thing with this. You can go back if you want to do some historical looking. You can come back. I think it goes back a couple of years, several years, and just click on. We can go to December of 2020, and it'll view the report. It'll pull up everything that was going on last December, or 2 years ago, December rather, 2020. And the information, again, it's all right there for you. So this is the Fast Stats up here. Again, when we go into this, it's the third tab over is Fast Stats. The one I use the most, again, is the local market updates. If I was doing a CMA for somebody in Sterling Heights, I would open this up. and then I would save this on my desktop and include it as a page in the CMA, or just give it to them directly, or text it or email it to them. And again, this is a great tool, and I love using that quite a bit. If you're somebody that works with another MLS in the area, their information might be slightly different because they pull from a different database than we do. It's really not going to be significant changes. However, the individual city to city to city, that information will all be the same, because they're all pulling from the same database. It's only any reports when you view something that encompasses an entire area. Their areas are slightly different than the counties that we pull from here. But again, most of my reporting is done right here at the county or city level. And again, for local market updates, you can also do the other two reports, the monthly indicator and monthly data sheet. You can also do the entire My Real Source data area and see just what's happening in the whole area that we pull, which is this whole region of Michigan here, southeast lower peninsula of Michigan. And you can, same thing, same numbers that are in there. Again, that's in fast stats. So let me close out some of this up here. The next part I'm going to go to is InfoSparks. InfoSparks is a pretty powerful tool as well. There's a lot you can do with InfoSparks. I use this again when I'm working with clients that I want to show what's going on in the area. The nice thing with InfoSparks is you can add up to 4 areas you want to search. You can search by city, you can search by zip code. I think Shelby Townships or Sterling Heights has 3 zip codes. I can put in all 3 zip codes. I've done that from time to time. It really doesn't change. The numbers are all pretty much the same, but you can compare 4 cities at a time if you want to see what's going on. So somebody, if they're debating between 2 cities where they want to move, again, this is something that you can pop in there and break it down, and they can follow it from there. So the first thing you do is where it says enter MLS, you come up here. This is where you can try to do the drop down screen or just start typing. I'm going to do Sterling Heights. I started typing, it came down to Sterling Heights. All of the cities I'm going to be using are in Macomb County. And Macomb County, if you've had any classes before where they do any kind of searches, they may have mentioned that these numbers over here, the first couple of numbers represent the county they're in. Macomb County, My Real Source, is always 50. So I know I have the right Sterling Heights. Now you're getting ready to add your next city. You come over to where it says add area. It's a big tab to the right of that. You click on that, it opens up, and as you see that the heading for the tab went from blue, which was Sterling Heights, to green, which corresponds to this line down here, the green line. We're going to enter, the next city will be Shelby Township. Again, it starts with 50. I know I got the right Shelby. I can do Clinton Township as my next tab. That's going to be gray. Sorry. And as you see right now, Clinton Township, there's 3 of them. There's this one, and this one. 4600. I don't know where 46 County is. I don't know where 68 is, because I think 60 is Oakland County. This is the Clinton Township I want. So when you get multiple, when you start typing and things start popping up, cities or townships start popping up, and you're not sure which one you need to use, Clinton Township, which Clinton Township or which one, if it starts with 50, the first 2 numbers right here, my cursor is a little big, but if they're 50, that's the one that's in Macomb County. So that's right, Clinton Township. And last one we'll do is Macomb. And as you notice, every time Macomb Township, every time I changed the tabs, you had a corresponding the tab top color change, which matches to a corresponding line down below. Within each tab, you have the ability just to leave it set on all property ranges, all property types, all square footages. But if you wanted to customize what you were actually searching for in certain homes, instead of just leaving it the broad, wide open everything, Let's say we just wanted to concentrate on residential. So on the property type, we're going to click on residential right here. And, you know, I was looking and we wanted to get into square foot homes. You can either select the preset square footage of homes here, or you can customize the square footage. I like to customize them because for some reason this creates, in different cities and townships, these square footages aren't always the same. So let's say I want to look between 2,000 and 3,000 square foot homes because I got a client looking in that area for size of a home, something between 2,000 and we'll go 2,800 square feet, and they kind of want to know where's a good place to live, or what kind of value can they expect to get. So to change the square footage, you come up here and you click custom, and you clear these all out. You want to clear them all out, and then come in and do the first one, 2,000 to 2,500, 2,800, I said. And then when you hit done, now it will only pull in homes that fell in this category. This blue arrow on the side tell you that there are more categories you can look at if you want. They also have construction type. I don't want to include new construction. I want to include previous owned because new constructions right now, they seem to be selling a little bit more at a premium than other homes. So we want to go only with previous owned. So for Macomb County, we're going to search residential, 2,000 to 2,800 square feet, and previously owned. We're going to leave everything else the same. Now I have to go back and make those same changes to each one of these categories. Otherwise, they will all be searching, based on the full criteria. So these numbers that are generated below won't quite be the same. So we're going to go to residential. Again, all sizes. We're going to come back and customize it. I clear them out. 2,000 to 2,800 square feet. Done. And the last thing we have to change is the blue sidebar arrow here to move us over one screen. We want previously owned. And I'm just crunching the numbers while it's doing that. Now I'm going to go to Shelby Township, and I'm just going to repeat the same thing. Residential. Clear those out. 2,000 to 2,800. We're good here. Sidebar to move it over one more, and previously owned. And then lastly, we are going to do that. If you aren't quite sure which tab you're on, it may be hard to see when my screen transfers through. The one you're working out is more of a whitish color. The other ones remain this grayed out. I'm going to go to Sterling Heights next. If you look, it's kind of this gray color, and this Shelby Township's white. Now I've opened up the Sterling Heights tab. The rest are all grayed out. So let's just repeat our process one more time. Residential, custom square foot. Clear that out. Same thing as before. Your 2,000 and 2,800. Oh, click over tab. 2,800. We're done there. And then the last thing is we are going with all previously owned. So what happens under InfoSparks, when you enter up to 4 different areas that you're going to search, it gives you a whole bunch of data that you can get from this report. Now, unfortunately, only one screen at a time can show. You can't show 2 side by side, but you have all these other things to look at. You have the sale price, you have the median sales price, and you have the average sale price, number of new listings, homes for sale. You can click on all these and you see how the homes way back in 2019 where we were at, and we had a big dip way down here in 2021, and kind of what's going on. Days on market, all that other stuff is all down here. Price per square foot obviously should be trending up for everything. And so what happens with these reports, we're going to go to sale price, the average sale price. As you move your cursor across, you see how you're getting the box. I can't freeze it. You're getting the box that shows the what it was at the historical data for wherever that point was on the graph, and over here shows the current information right here for the 3 lines. So you can see on a quick glance over on the right side. So anywhere you move along the lines, you can see kind of what's going on. You also, up here, you have a couple other different options kind of in the middle of the screen here. You can change it to a line graph. I'm sorry, to a bar graph. We're on the line graph. And it shows the 4 different searches that we're going through, in this case, the 4 cities or townships in the area. And it gives you a quick bar graph of what's going on for the average price per square foot for these homes. You can also then you can go back 3 years. You can go back, you can go back 1 year, or you can go back 2 years, or in this case, it's for the last 3 years. 3 years. You see 20, 21, and 22 that way. When you're in the bar graph mode, it only goes back 3 years. When you're in the line mode, you can go back as far as 5 years or 10 years, okay? So if you want to really looking at historical data for the last 10 years, you can see what's going on for the price of the homes, homes for sale. You can come back here. This is the last 10 years. Again, you can go back beyond 3 years when you're in the line graph mode. There they are. They're all loading up. Or you can go back as little as 1 year. So in the last year, you can see what's been going on. These tabs down here on the bottom just take you from what category you want to search. The other thing that is really nice about about this whole InfoSparks thing, and this is where the lead generation portion comes in, is you can share this. And we have a share button right here. If you click on share, it gives you a couple different options when you share it. You have static and live. You can share it as a PDF, so you can print this out. Social media and email. Embedded, if you have a blog or a website, just click on embedded. Or if you want to grab the raw data, click on it as the CVS. Where the static and live comes in is when you go to do the social media and email. If you wanted to, you can email this report to somebody, okay? What static is once you have the criteria all set and you email this report to somebody, that means this information doesn't change, okay? So when the information is updated on the 15th, these numbers are all going to change. If you do it on when you send it to static, even if they clicked on this chart 2 months, 3 months, 4 months from now, it's still going to show these data points. It'll stay exactly what it is, static. It doesn't change. It doesn't move. They can still move their cursor and see the points change, but it's only from the day you send it and backwards. It doesn't. If they open it up, days from now, it's not going to pick up the new changes. That's not bad if you're sending it as a singular report, or if you're posting it to Facebook and you say, hey, if you want to see what's going on in your market through April of, through April, click here to find out. If you're using through April, those words through April of 2022, that means every time they click on the graph, they're going to see it. Then you would want to use it as static when you're sharing it. If this is something that you're embedding in social media or someplace else, you want to put it out there as a Twitter or another social media platform and say, hey, if you want to see what's going on in your market or in these market areas, click on the graph below. You want to share it as live. What live does is it always updates it, just like it says, always update with the latest data. So if you put that post out there and someone finds a Facebook or Twitter post that's 2 months old, when they click on it, it's automatically going to make the updates to the numbers that have come since the last time you posted it. So those are the two options you have, static or live. And then, you just post this onto your social media platform, and this chart will show up. Again, you cannot, they won't have the ability to change anything once the chart gets posted. So once someone opens the chart, they can't come down and play with all these numbers. It's only this chart, I believe, is what goes out and gets posted. I'm going to try to share it right now. I'm going to do an email. There's the email. You would cut and paste this. And let me open my email real quick. I already have it open on another screen. I'll bring that in. Right there. Come on, get up there. So I'm gonna just mail this out. All right. For some reason, my email is not cooperating this morning. But if you emailed it out, what this link that I shared, when the person gets it, and this is frustrating. I'm gonna try one more time, and then I don't want you staring at my screen while this is not working. There it goes. Let's get this one, and then I'm gonna say current data, or whatever you want in here. I'm gonna cut and paste the link. And then I'm just gonna hit send. So when I do open up my email real quick, should be coming in shortly. There it is. This is what someone would look like if you emailed it to them. Click on the link. And there it is. You see, it's only the one page. Again, we had the average sales price, and it's for Sterling Heights, Shelby Township, Clinton Township, Macomb, previously owned residential. As they move across this, they can see what the numbers are. Now, when InfoSparks updates around the 12th, between the 12th and the 15th of the month, these numbers will change if they click on this link. So if they click on it today, and then later next week they want to go back and reopen my email, those numbers are all going to change. But again, it only prints out, close out all this so I don't cloud up my screen. It only prints out the tab that you have open. They don't have the ability to toggle between all these different tabs down here. So if you wanted to talk to somebody about the number of new listings, let them know competition is down or whatever. Days on market, something similar like that. You can see our days on market are extremely low. Everybody knows that. You can kind of use these different tabs down here to send to different clients depending on the conversation you want to have with them. Here's the price per square foot, the median or the average, and for those areas. So this class isn't particularly long. There's not a lot to it. And the best part is both of them offer you an opportunity to follow up with your clients for different reasons. I'm going to get out of InfoSparks. If you want to give somebody quick information about a particular city or county, FastStats is the way to go. Again, it's a report that you can't really do much editing to it. It already comes out the way it is, but you just click on any county or city and it pulls up the information real quickly and you can see the key metrics. These key metrics are always the same and you can see what's going on between different areas. That's what FastStats is really good for. And I do text this. I'll be on my phone. You can also access this information through Showing Time. If you go into Showing Time, which is a great place if you have the Showing Time app on your phone, and you come into Showing Time right here. It should be under Reports, MarketStats right here. You can get into MarketStats through Showing Time. I've been in conversations with people and, talking. My kids are used to when they were at home and they were in sports and all that. Different parents would ask me questions. I'd be talking to them at a basketball game, football game, whatever. I'd go into Showing Time and I'd text them this. I could go into Showing Time, pull up FastStats, works the same. And they wanted to know how it was going in my area. And I said, what area? And say, we're thinking of moving. We're in Sterling Heights now. And we're thinking of moving out. We want to go to Armada. I would just click on that. And I said, tell you what, here you go. Boom. And I would just take that, save that, and then just send it in a text to them really quick. And they have all that information. That's how quickly you can get this information. So not only can you get it through Paragon, which is up here under resources, and it's social media, it's MarketStats. You can also access it through Showing Time, under reports, and it's market stats. Pulls both of them take you to the same place. And so within market stats, you have fast stats, which is again the quick kind of pre-formatted report, of which you have 3 you can look at: the market updates, the monthly indicators, and the monthly data sheet, which kind of gives you a breakdown by county. And then within fast stats, you also have info sparks. Info sparks is where you can add up to 4 different areas. And once you add the 4 different areas, up to 4 different areas, you come through and you customize each area, or leave them the way they are and they pull the numbers up for you. And you have the option of looking at it up to in the line graph format up to 10 years, or in the bar graph up to 3 years. This gets into, if you're more into the statistical analyst part and you want to play with that, that's what this Sigma button is for over here. It allows you to determine how each data point is collected and calculated. I've always left it in the 12-month and I leave it go at that. And that becomes the basis for how I use the reporting information. You have all these different tabs on the bottom for info sparks, for which that you can see the data that you want to put out there. The nice thing about info sparks is you can share it, embed it in social media. So if you have a website, and you know when people land on the website, that could be something that they always click on. If you're somebody that looks for content on Facebook, the other day, last week, I did a class on Cloud CMA, and I showed you when you go into Cloud CMA how you can do my What's My Home Worth and post that on Facebook. So between Cloud CMA and posting What's My Home Worth, and then putting this data out there with a short paragraph of 3 sentences that says what it is, a call to action, and why it's good for them, keep it short, and getting people to click on that to open it up. Now you got 2 contents that you are local and relevant, that you can post on your Facebook page on a regular basis, put in your rotation to get people to click on that and open it up, and you know, kind of see that you know what you're doing as a realtor and understanding the market. The only thing is, when you embed this, unlike What's My Home Worth off the Cloud CMA package, you're not going to see who opens it up. You don't get a notification that somebody opened this up and took a look at it. However, it'll keep them coming to you to show that you're the knowledgeable source of what's going on in the market. So again, that's how you use market stats when you have to, if you want to look at what the numbers are going in the market and seeing how everything's going. Again, they're under resources right here, and the third one down called market stats. This class it's a pretty quick class. There's not a lot to it. I don't want to make you guys sitting here and any longer than need be. Debbie, is there anything that I may have missed that you would like to bring up, possibly?
Nope, I think you got it. There is one additional thing that you can do in there, is create your own areas in the market stats. And actually, I've got a quick tip video on that. It's not something I do often. It's, I had to reteach myself how to do it when I needed it. So I was looking at areas, all of the gross points. So as opposed to just, I think it's actually a default area now, but if you had a certain area that you farmed, that's a cool thing. You could always do a map in market stats and have that saved as one of the places you look at.
So find Debbie's video. And the last thing that I was going to touch on, we have up here under, when you're at your Paragon homepage or My Real Source homepage, and you look right here, here are all the pages that we have. This one over here, it says YouTube. If you open that up, that takes you to our YouTube homepage. There's a lot of great videos that are put out there. You can find them all in here that Debbie does. All the little training that you get when you open up the My Real Source, and you see her little training videos that we all click off because we're too busy to look at. I suggest you take a look at them. I'm a trainer for My Real Source, so I get a lot of this information. There was another one that Debbie had the other day that I opened it up, and some things had changed. from what I was used to seeing is several months ago, and it was a good little tutorial for me to go through. The nice thing being on YouTube, if it's something you're kind of familiar with, you can skip through it and then just forward to the relevant parts or use it as a touch-up. Again, we ask if you come on there to subscribe to the page. It helps us keep putting out great content, and like our pages. That's the YouTube page. Also, Debbie's always handing out, if you've taken any of her classes or anything like that, there's always handouts that go along with it. You can find a lot of that if you come up here on your very top bar where it says MLS Documents. It'll open it up, and then down here under MIRS Education folder, there's 89 files. You click on that, you will see them all in here. They're in a little bit of alphabetical order, but mostly they're put in the order in which we've updated them. And this is where you're going to find a lot of great information. So if you're getting tired of scrolling through Facebook and you're bored with the loop that you keep getting kicked on TikTok, I don't know, you want a little break and you want to brush up on some things that you heard about, here's a great place to come and click on some of this stuff to see kind of how that stuff works and how it all plays out. And again, that was from the home page. The MLS Documents, it's up here in the top. It's a little small. If you click on that and go to Education. So we have our YouTube page and MLS Documents where you can find all this great resources that Debbie puts out, and you can brush up on. I find them really good. I go back to them from time to time, even on things I know pretty well, just to brush up and remind me of little tips maybe I've forgotten to do over time. So if that's about it, Debbie, is there anything else that you would like me to throw in there?
No, but I thank you for reminding me that we could actually customize those the numbers in MarketStats, like your square footage. I totally forgot about that. See, that's why you attend class.
And again, if you're gonna go into InfoSparks, just use their generic whatever you put in here for the areas. Just keep in mind that it's pulling new construction previously owned for the all types, and it's pulling in residential and condo. Now you're not going to get too many farm listings and the areas I pulled up, Clinton and all that other stuff, but I don't always want to keep the condo numbers in there, because that's also, condos typically sell less than your average home prices, and if I don't have somebody looking for condos, I don't want to include that in my data, because that can affect the price of my home, which is going to affect the price of home per square foot and everything else like that. So I do try to come in and customize it. You don't have to worry about the square footage of homes if you really don't want to, but if you had someone who wanted to be specific about different things that you want to pull up, I know in the gross points there's several different areas in the gross points. You can do each one of those different points right here and see what is going on in those areas. If you work in that area, or over in the St. Clair Shores area, you kind of want to see how home prices are pricing out in different zip codes. You can certainly do all that, but I would at least change it to residential, not leave all property types. And I would also at least change, if you want to include the new construction or the previously owned, because new construction, like the area I live, there's a whole bunch of subdivisions that were built in the early 2000s, maybe 2005 were the latest, and then there were pockets of all of a sudden they can jam in 10 or 15 homes that are being built, and those homes are selling well above anything that are in the subdivision where I live right now. I kind of don't really want to include those, because the newer homes are selling, yes, at the much higher price. It's slightly bringing up the value of our homes in the area where we live. But if I lump those new homes in with where we're at, it's setting a price much higher for our homes that we can't really get in our neighborhood. So I want to be a little more understanding of my numbers when I'm talking to clients, or at least have the information available so that when I do talk to them, I can make logical arguments with them. So I do try to change it to previously owned and residential when I'm doing anything in InfoSparks. All right, so that's about it. And if we have nothing else, I really appreciate everybody's time and coming in. Again, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe and like when you can, and take a look at the educational folders through My Real Source. And if that is everything, again, thank you guys for tuning in today, and I hope you gained some information from it. Have a great day.